Get in on Sale of the Century, weeknights at 7 on Channel 4.
And now, stay tuned for the best of Carson. From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon with Doc Stephenson and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Diane Cannon, Tom Selleck, and from Broadway, Danny Rose, Nick Apollo Forte. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Okay, you win the gold. Good crowd tonight.
Great group.
Yeah, you're great tonight. I'm telling you, you make up for last night. Last night's... Let me put it this way. Last night's monologue won the men's downhill competition. Well, tonight, as you probably know, we have on the show...
Yes.
Probably the best-looking hunk of man, sex symbol I have ever seen. Really. Nick Apollo Forte. No, Nick is here also, but I just thought of something. I hope you're not disappointed. You didn't think we had the Tom Selleck on the show yet. See, this is Tom Q. Selleck that we have on the show. He is with a phone company. He's going to explain the breakup of Ma Bell, so I hope... That could get me shot right here on the spot, right? Anyway, for you women, the woman who laughs the loudest tonight gets a special prize. Gets to attend the photo session of the latest Tom Selleck swimsuit calendar right after the show. Shit. I know, I just met him. I've never met Tom Selleck until tonight. We just said hello backstage for about 30 seconds, and, I mean, if you think about it, take away the wavy hair.
Yeah.
Take away the mustache, take away his height, take away his build, and what do you have? You have probably the best-looking, short, bald man I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. How you feeling? There's a lot of people who got the flu all over the place. Anybody here have the flu tonight? Me. Would you mind leaving? No. You know what's going around this week? The Russian flu. Uh-oh. That is absolutely true. Now, the symptoms of Russian flu are very severe. Well, let me tell you. You disappear for 6 months, and then they bury you.
Severe.
Well, the big news, I guess, in show business today, the Oscar nominations were out for the Academy Awards, and Barbra Streisand didn't get any. Yeah. Today she found out the true meaning of the big chill. Sneak it in. Yeah. You know what the big winner was? Terms of Endearment.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got 11 Oscar nominations. If you haven't seen that is Terms of Endearment is kind of a touching and honest movie. It's nice to see it's a pleasure to see a mother-daughter relationship that doesn't involve a wire hanger. Want to cue Tom to get out here? Clint Eastwood did not receive a nomination for Sudden Impact, and the Academy is having a meeting today to decide who's going to tell him. Am I getting close to anything you like so far? They have some strange categories in the Oscar nominations. Cher was nominated for Best Performance by a woman as a radioactive lesbian. There were 4 other women in that category. It's just incredible. Well, what else happened? George Bush, our vice president, is returned from Moscow and got into his office today. Checked the obituaries to see if anybody good died. Let's try this one. The new premier of Russia is a gentleman by the name of Konstantin Chernenko.
Right.
And experts said today that Chernenko has emphysema. No, he was just relieved the doctor didn't tell him he had a cold. Okay, I'm not going to keep you much longer because I know you've got a busy night ahead of you. Hey, our friend Joan Rivers was honored today by Harvard Hasty Pudding Award.
Right.
Did you know that? That's a big
award.
honor. I've got a special honor today. I mentioned it not from the Barstow School of Taxidermy. Give me a stuffed wombat. Okay, we're going to pull this together. We have, as you know, Mr. Tom Selleck is here tonight. We have, and for you ladies and for the men, Diane Cannon. Yeah. And for everybody, Nick Apollo Forte is here. Yes, so stay where you are. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Thank you. Hello there. Okay.
You were mentioning the Oscar nominations, and I must congratulate you because your company, in their first major motion picture,
That is true.
3 Oscar nominations for The Big Chill.
That is true.
Congratulations.
That is true.
Wonderful.
Well,
Really. And that was a good movie. I love that movie.
Yeah, Larry Kasdan, who got nominated also for the screenplay.
Yeah.
And the movie got nominated, and Glenn Close, one of the gals, in it, got nominated for Best Support.
But it was so well done. It was a great motion
It was a
picture.
good movie.
Yeah.
I hate to plug something I'm involved
Why
with.
not?
But I can be proud of that picture.
Sure
that
you
was
can.
a good picture.
It really
Anyway,
is, too.
my first guest. I always look forward to having Diane Cannon on the show.
I know you do.
Well, I just said that.
And I know why.
Why?
Because I think you have a secret yearning desire to be, which we might say, kind of close to this woman.
You're almost right. No, that is true.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of hers.
We used to say in high school you have the hots for her.
Oh, come on. That's crude.
What do you mean?
That's crude.
You're telling me you do not have the hots for her?
Well, I mean, what happens?
Given the chance,
What? What do you mean, given the chance?
would you
Would I what?
strike up a relationship given the chance?
Oh, now you're putting me and Diane in a very embarrassing position.
Go ahead, answer, Johnny.
Yes, I think men should have women friends, somebody they can communicate with and
Have lunch with.
and get their hands on. She's a knockout of a lady, and she'll be appearing on another network, as they say, February the 19th, 20th, and 21st, in a miniseries called Master of the Game. And you probably know that's the Sidney
Sheldon.
Well, I was going to say that. Sidney Sheldon, based on that book, where she ages from 17 to 90.
Yeah.
And as she may do here tonight. Would you welcome Diane Cannon? Let's get her out here. Obviously, that outfit must come with a whip. No, that is an attractive outfit.
Do you like this?
It's leather black.
I got this in France. I brought this home with me from
Really?
my trip.
Is that what they're wearing over there?
Some of the people. Hi, Johnny.
How are you, Diane? Now, simmer down and
Did
cheer
you
up.
ever answer Ed's question?
He said,
He said,
If,
Why are you shaking?
if the timing was right, would I entertain some kind of relationship with you? Well, we have.
We have a wonderful relationship.
We have a wonderful
We
relationship.
don't tell you everything yet.
Oh, I know that.
What?
I haven't seen you since I've been home. Well, I've only been home a few weeks.
Yeah. You really do have an infectious laugh, don't you? They talk about every article I read about you. They talk about that. Somebody said the other day it's a laugh that would sink the Titanic, raise it, not sink the Titanic. Would raise the Titanic. Did you have this when you were little?
I did. I've always been in trouble over my laugh. My drama coach told me it would ruin my career. I was threatened with being kicked out of school. It's had me in a lot of trouble, but nothing has been able to stifle it.
What is it? What brings it on?
I don't know, Johnny. Something that makes me laugh. But I think, why not? You know, you get in trouble for laughter. Isn't that crazy? But I just think, well, I'll get in trouble. Why not?
Yeah. You know, I was reading an article in some Beverly Hills thing. Did you see that?
I haven't seen it yet. Is it nice?
Yeah, nice story about you. You're in TV Guide this week. I did not know. Have we discussed this before? That you find Albert Einstein sexy.
Yes, I do. Well,
You know, they always ask women whom they think is sexy. And, of course, Tom Selleck is mentioned, and people like Tom.
Right.
But Albert Einstein? I mean...
Yeah, because he's so...
With it.
Yeah. Thank you, Johnny. Right. Well, he's bright, and he's
Well, he
easy.
was bright.
And, oh, right. Well, you
Well.
see, to me, he's still living. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Because I said he is still bright.
You must have some interesting dates.
Well, I still read him all the time. I read his books, and so his image to me is very much alive.
Yeah.
I love him. I have big posters of him all over my house.
Did you ever meet him?
No, I never did. Did you?
No. No. Do you understand what he writes about?
Well, not all of it.
The unified theory of relativity and all that?
Well, he put all the things that he wrote together into one statement.
Mm-hmm.
They asked him, if you could just put everything you've written into one statement, what would that be? And that statement kind of all summed up says that all is mind, and that kind of simplified a lot of things in the world for me. So he's been kind of a hero to me ever since.
And you really read him?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what you...
Why does that surprise you, Johnny? What, does that surprise you?
No, not a bit. You have rather eclectic tastes. Do you
Well, I
not?
have a curious mind. I don't pick up an Einstein book and read it, but his thoughts are interesting to me.
Yeah.
What else were you going to say, Johnny?
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Did you enjoy yourself in France? You were over there doing
I
the
want to
picture,
tell you
obviously.
something. I was working on this film for 4 months. I am so glad to be home, Johnny. I'm so grateful I did it. I think it's going to be an incredible miniseries. I really believe that. I think people are going to have a lot of fun watching it. We worked a 6-day week, 12 to 18 hours a day. We didn't have a day's rehearsal for this movie. So, and we didn't have time to rehearse it at all. And I had 2 directors and 2 film crews because they couldn't possibly shoot a 9-hour movie in 4 months.
Right.
So without 1 day's rehearsal, one day I would be 17, the next day I would be 70, the next day I would be 23, the next day I'd be 90, the next day I'd be 45. And just the discipline of it and just keeping my head straight was...
In other words, you
really,
didn't do it in sequence at all. in other
none
words.
of it was in sequence.
Would that have been easier to play the role?
Gosh, yes.
But they couldn't do that because of what?
Time.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it because of money. They couldn't do it because of locations. But my home was the Rothschild estate in England. We shot in some incredible places. And I think it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
It's on that other network, Sunday night and Monday night and Tuesday night.
The other network. Okay.
Can I say NBC?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's on one of the other ones.
One of the other ones.
People probably can narrow that down.
Say that.
We'll take a break and we'll come right back. Sneak. We're back. We're talking with Diane Cannon. Tom Selleck is going to be with us. Nick Apollo Forte. I was reading in this article about you, which you had not seen yet. And you were very honest. You said that the fear of getting married panicked you. You would entertain it, and then you would run away from it, right?
Right.
Any particular reason?
Well, gosh, Johnny, you're a pro on that subject.
Why does it always turn back this way? You see, I was supposed to ask the question.
Oh, you know something? There's something inside me. I was just married once, and I had a wonderful daughter.
I know.
And I was married to an incredible man. It just didn't work out. Yeah. It's been a long time. There is a little bit of me that would like it to happen. There is. Yeah, and I can't believe even that I'm saying it or entertaining it. But I suppose that if it ever happens and it's right, that I won't stumble over my words and I won't be frightened. But it's never been right, so it's been frightening.
Yeah. Do you enjoy the single life? How do you feel about dating?
I'm
Remember
not
that?
a dater. No, you know that, Johnny. I'm not very good at dating.
Yeah.
Either are you, or you're not a good dater.
Some
As a matter of fact, you are a good dater.
No, I don't know.
No, dating has never been... Single life is okay. I've learned to like living alone, and that's kind of a girlfriend of mine called me last night. She said, I don't know how you can like it. Well, I do. I don't mind living alone at all.
Don't you get lonely for the sound of a... You ever thought this might have been a problem why you don't get married? Somebody says hello and you giggle. I mean,
Johnny,
the sound of a
what?
well, I was going to say the sound of a masculine. Obviously, which I don't have.
I have wonderful friends, Johnny.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I have dinner occasionally. I have the sound of a with you.
That's right.
With friends. But, yeah, sometimes it gets lonely.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that you can be married and sometimes be lonely.
Yes, that's...
You know what I mean?
You can be in a crowd and be lonely. Be in a bus and be lonely. Life is a bus.
When was the last time you were on a bus, Johnny?
What?
When was the last time you were on a bus?
38.
No. If you go, so are you the jealous? Are you jealous person?
I say I'm not. I say I'm
Yeah.
absolutely liberated, totally liberated, everything. But, I mean, and like in that movie, Big Chill, which I didn't realize your company had anything to do with.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't believe that at all.
Yeah.
When that woman said, take my husband and make love with him, you want to say jealous? I would have killed her. Absolutely not.
She was being generous because the other lady
She was being generous. Be generous with a chocolate cake, not with her husband.
Well, that was a different era, you see. That was
No way. She
No
said,
way.
Of course, take my husband. You want to have a baby? Have my husband. Yes, if you want to ask about that, jealous, I would kill.
Yeah, let you answer my question. If somebody says they would kill, that is a bit... Let me show you. Show some pictures here. Because this is we talked about this before you went over to do this movie, where you...
You gave me my first aging lesson, do you remember?
We talked about how to play old, and it is difficult. And you go from 17 to 90 years old in this, and...
17 was no easy feat either, ladies.
Look, you look pretty young there.
That's me at supposedly 17.
Well, come on now, that's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. And here you are maturing along the way.
Here I am maturing along the way. This is Kate Blackwell. She's really horrible.
I guess you'd be around 50-something here?
Yeah.
See a little more tour in the face.
Okay, folks, this is when I'm like 90.
Here you are. Look at that.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
I want to tell you something. It's very scary.
It must have been.
It's very scary, Johnny. You know, they do a life mask of you.
Kind of a latex thing?
That stuff they cover your face with.
Does that make you claustrophobic at all when they do that?
Well, what happened was they were supposed to leave room in my mouth for a straw to breathe, and the guy said, no, I don't like to cover the nostrils. But he forgot. He got carried away, he got excited, and he covered the nostrils up so there was no place to breathe, and I panicked. I lost it.
That's ridiculous.
Tore the thing off. So what they do after that is they make rubber pieces that fit from your own face mask.
Yeah.
So then when they start this makeup, which takes 5 hours, they put glue all over you. Then they take these rubber pieces. Then they take some more paint. Then they take some more glue. Then they take stipple, and the whole thing takes about 5 hours.
Yeah, it's remarkable. Did you enjoy playing that elderly lady?
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and I dreaded it. It was very scary. You know, we're all so youth-oriented in this society.
Right.
And we're all taught to stay fit and stay young and look well, and I used to see them laying this stuff on me.
Yeah, but if you're lucky, you get old.
Oh, that's right, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, by grace. But by grace, it doesn't happen one day you're 17 and the next day you're 90. But I agree.
Yeah.
I want to be around to see how I look then.
Yeah. Well, I want to be around to see how you look. And I certainly hope so. Well, it's time to play You Bet Your Life now. Oh, excuse me. We'll take a break. We have Cheer Up, and we'll be back in just a moment. We are back. Thank you, Doc. I've been looking forward to meeting Tom Selleck. This is his first time on The Tonight Show. He has a new movie coming out where he plays the title role, Lassiter. But I suppose he has made his biggest hit the past few years playing Thomas Magnum on his hit television series. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Tom Selleck? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Really good to meet you. I've heard everybody who has met you said you are a very quiet, unassuming guy, and it's a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Have you two met before ever?
I met Diane a couple of times. I did that, by the way. I did one of those masks.
For,
for a picture coma that I had about a sentence in. And
oh, that's right. That was the, what's the film?
it was Michael Crichton movie. I had a little part, and they put one of those masks on my face, and I had straws up my nose. And the technicians that were doing it said, wait a minute. No, it's all right. He can still breathe. And after that, I just panicked. They had knocked out one of the straws, and I couldn't breathe. So.
Same.
And I ripped it off like you did.
They didn't put the straws with me. They covered my mouth, and then they covered the nostrils. And you can't breathe then. That's it. And it is panic time.
That was one of your major roles.
That was a major role.
Did you have a line in that? See, it's interesting. People see you now, and they see the success, which you richly deserve. They don't understand that you spent a lot of time doing a lot of other things and little roles here, like one line. What was the one line you had in Coma? Do you remember it all?
I had several, but a lot of it was cut out. And I'm not sure why. I got a pretty good idea, though.
Yeah.
But my forte in that movie was being a stiff. I was a great stiff. I was dead for about 3/4 of the film. At which point they exposed my kidneys. And,
right.
It was interesting.
Originally, you were in your career. You had a lot of turn downs, right? Like lots of actors do. Weren't you on the dating game once? Is that a true story?
That is true.
And you got rejected? They didn't.
I got rejected twice. No, I did. I was going to college at the time, and all my friends were going on this show. This is a long time ago, about 67. And I went on, and I don't do this real well, get up in front of people. It's really not what I do. So I was scared to death, and I remember the first thing they said, before you go out, be sure and smile. I was bachelor number 2, and I felt I was pretty calm.
You were bachelor number 2?
Yes. Yes, I was. This big revolving thing kind of spun around, and the lights went on, and I said, remember to smile, and I smiled, my lip just started going just like that. I was scared to death. I really was, and I was not very funny or glib, and I lost. And so they had me back on the evening show where you got a better date.
Oh, I see. The daytime was just the afternoon was kind of a bow wow time.
The afternoon was
world-class stuff.
Yeah, a 10-minute trip to West Covina.
Right.
But the evening show
was with a chaperone to Mazatlan.
Yeah. No, it was New Orleans, and I lost.
You lost that?
And I was just as nervous, and
I love watching that show for the deep, penetrating questions the young ladies would have to ask the bachelors. Bachelor number 1. Our dog came into the room while we're making love. What would you do? You're going out
I didn't have an answer for that particular question, as a matter of fact.
Going out with some heavyweight thinkers there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame.
And it was just one success story after another after that show.
Careers.
It zoomed, just skyrocketed.
Somebody told me when you were offered Magnum, PI, you didn't want to do that.
Well, work was a little better at that time, although nobody really knew about it. No, I was doing about a pilot a year. And if you do a pilot, and it goes on the air once, they air it about in March. And if it doesn't sell or get any ratings, it just disappears, and everybody's seen it once. So I was doing that every year. And
what were some of the pilots you made?
I made one called Gypsy Warriors. Steve Cannell, who did Rockford Files, and I did another one, and that was with James Whitmore Jr.
Yeah.
And the two of us did two that both failed. I did one that I was written out of after it sold, called Most Wanted, with Bob Stack and all sorts of people. That was hard. That was difficult because I thought it sold.
Yeah.
And I called my agent who was out of town conveniently.
Aren't they always?
And I said, I don't want to celebrate yet, but I've heard rumors the show sold. And the secretary said, I'll call the casting office over there. And sure enough, they said it sold, and I celebrated and bought a couple dinners that week and did all sorts of things. And then about a week later, the producer of the pilot, who had nothing to do with the series, called me and says, Tom, I got to tell you, because nobody else wants to, you're not going to be in this show. So that was one of the hardest things I probably ever did in this business or went through, because I'd learned better than to count on things, but this one I really was pretty sure I had. It made me a bit trepidatious.
It'd be funny if they could just take those old pilots and put them together. You could have a special, you know, just string them together.
Well, I got some good ones, too. I did a pilot with Bob Urich, who later did Vegas.
Right.
And the network said that the two of us together couldn't carry a series. So, it's fun now. I'm not mad about it, but I'm more philosophical.
Yeah, isn't it though? How it all comes into perspective when things are going right. You could probably run this show of yours forever. Are you still having fun with it? I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah. It's a fun show to do. It you know, people call it a lot of things, both good and bad, but to me it's a people show. It's a show about the interactions of the four main characters in the show: John Hillerman and Roger Mosley and Larry Manetti and me. And basically, that's almost more important than the plots, as I've gotten a lot of letters to indicate. But I just love the show. I love it for that. It's real hard work, and I'm in Hawaii, which is good and bad. Right. And I plan on doing it for at least the next, I think, 3 more years if the networks will have it. Right. Somebody told me, now with all the things you do, and you're a good athlete, and then somebody told me, or you said it yourself, that they use the word klutz. Is that good? Things seem to happen? Well, I do hurt myself occasionally. I'm klutzy when I have to be smooth. Yeah. And I don't think I'm very smooth. Lassiter was tough for me because the character Lassiter he's smoother than I am. Because he has to be in his profession. He's a jewel thief. I remember a scene I had to do. I was very dressed up, and the character has to be able to fit in these very sophisticated circles. I had to walk into this nightclub, and the character should look like he owns it. Well, see, I kind of get embarrassed in front of a lot of extras. Yeah. So I didn't really feel like I owned the room, but I was trying to act like I did. And the first thing I did, I said, now, you're going downstairs, Tom. Don't look down. That doesn't look good. So I just kept my head up and walked in, and I tripped on the stairs. Mr. Smooth. Mr. Smooth. Yeah, you seem a little awkward with your success. I've heard that about you. Are you? Well, it's a bit bizarre. It happens kind of fast. No, but you seem to have a good level head about it because you remember the times when it wasn't going well. I've been in the business since '67, and I got by. But I remember an awful lot of years where I didn't work, and it helps. It's helped me a lot. That and my family. My family keeps me around. You want to show? We got a film clip now from Lassiter. Is this not the wonderful walk into the nightclub that we're going to see? This is not the trip. No, the trip is out. They snip all these pieces of film together. It'll probably show up an Ed show, a Lucas show. we grab anything we can. Okay, here's a couple of minutes of Lassiter, which I think opens tomorrow. Sure. Looks like a fun movie, Tom. Thank you. I always wondered what that'd be like to sit here and watch a film clip. And it's as strange as I thought. You know, a lot of people say that. I've known actors on here. Who was it we had on one night? George Raft, of all people, absolutely refused to watch the monitor. And I said, is that all? He says he has never watched, he had never seen any of his pictures or watched them because he felt insecure about being an actor, and he just refused to watch it.
I don't mind watching, but not in front of a bunch of people.
Why do I get the feeling you're really kind of shy? Is that true?
I am and I'm not. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
I don't, I get a little grim when I've got to come. I was thinking of running away before I came outside.
The insecurities get you,
Yeah.
You were quoted as saying in some article now that you're well known. You're a little more defensive with people, or you find it more difficult to, say, become interested in a woman that you really like.
Well,
You get the feeling sometimes they're not separating you from the person. They get mixed up with.
Yeah, I don't want to get a complex about it, but it does enter one's mind, you know, and it's fairly easy to spot. If you look like an award on somebody's arm, you can feel that pretty quickly. No, it's just something I've become a bit aware of, but generally, I don't find myself attracted too much to women who, well, that's not necessarily true. How am I going to get out of this?
You got into this, Tom. Now let's see if we can get out of this. Now you're not saying you're not attracted to women.
Well, I get weak. You know, I have my weak moments and my strong moments. When I'm strong, I am not attracted to women who are interested in me because of Magnum. How's that?
I see what you're saying. Yeah. But how do you separate that from? You know what I'm saying?
How do I separate that from?
Interesting. You, Tom Selleck, as you, Magnum.
How do you know? I don't know when
How
they
do
are.
you know when you are? See, that makes people suspicious, and very rightly so.
Yeah.
I'm not really suspicious of people, but I'm aware of it, and I'll let you know when I figure it out, because I really don't know how to separate it. It's a bit strange. But
You said your family helps keep you on
my
track.
family's great. Yeah, my brothers are bigger than I am.
Really?
They're 6'7", and both of them. I didn't eat right or something.
6'7".
And my sister's great, and my mom and dad. We all grew up here.
Yeah.
In the San Fernando Valley, and they're all pretty level-headed. And if I get a bit out of place, they keep me in line.
Yeah.
Which helps a lot. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Nick Apollo Forte is here too. We're back. The fellow you're about to meet, if you have seen Broadway Danny Rose, you've seen a pretty funny picture. It is Woody Allen's latest, and he dreamed up a lot of different acts in there, and one of them was called Lou Canova. And he was kind of a over-the-hill Italian lounge singer, and Woody had no idea that the gentleman who's coming out, whose real name is Nick Apollo Forte, has been doing that role for many, many years. As a matter of fact, he didn't know it either, so we thought we'd invite him on the show tonight. Would you welcome Nick Apollo Forte? Thought you were leaving the set there, Nick. How are you? You made the whole run, huh?
I had to.
How are you?
I'm very, very, very fine. I'm having fun here in L.A. My first day, but I didn't see anything.
Yeah? Just came here, huh?
Just came, first time.
Now, I understand you'd never acted before.
Nope.
You'd never seen this movie script before?
Never saw a script.
Yeah, and you'd never heard, now I find this hard to believe, you didn't know who Woody Allen was? No.
No, I knew a little bit, you know, who the guy was at the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
So what happened? They just send you, where did Woody find you?
Well, what happened was they found one of my records, that Julia Taylor casting in New York City.
Right.
And she said, would I be interested in some, you know, project like such? And I didn't know who the hell Julia Taylor was or anything. And she didn't tell me anything about Woody Allen.
Yeah.
So I said, fine, send me a resume, she said. I said, what resume? I don't have any resume. So I tore a piece of paper off the desk. You know, my desk is in my bedroom, by the way.
Yeah.
And I tore it off and I says, I'm an entertainer. I says, I write and I fish.
That was it?
That was it.
Well, why didn't you have a resume? I understand you've been performing for, what?
What the hell do I need a resume for? I'm my own agent. I've been my own manager.
Oh, you don't have an agent?
No.
I see. Your own agent?
Just till yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I had someone representing me.
How do you get bookings?
I book myself.
You book yourself?
Sure.
How do you do that?
I book myself on your show.
On this show?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to pay any agent fee at all? Well, now, what kind of places did you book before this, I mean?
What? Generally upholstered sewer type of thing.
Yeah? Lounges, you mean?
Yeah, well, if you want to go out, yeah. Different places, pancake houses, anything. Pizza parlors, between living rooms and bedroom, any type of things.
And you do a basically singing act and
Yeah, it was bad.
Really?
Well, some people, I'm getting telegrams now. They say, Nick, we're proud of you. We love it and everything is good. I mean, I've enjoyed it over the years, performing.
I did not remember until somebody called it to my attention, but some years ago in New York City, I believe it was, at a place called Barney Google's.
That's right.
Buddy Rich and his band were performing, and I went to see Buddy Rich.
Yeah.
And somebody said, you opened for him, but I don't remember.
How could you...
I don't remember seeing you.
How could you remember? Because there was no microphone, no organ for me or piano to play. There was nothing. Buddy come out on the stage. He looked over there and he said, I said, he's got to talk to him too. So I never really went out. I went out on the stage. Nick, you know, what could I say? I wasn't a comedian at the time.
Yeah. So you didn't sing that night? So you didn't sing or anything?
No.
Why didn't they have a piano there if you were going to play the piano?
Don't ask me. It was
Yeah.
It was nothing. It was supposed to be there. It wasn't there.
Now, I don't want to embarrass you. What kind of money would you get on these club dates or when you book yourself?
Forget it.
That bad, huh?
Forget it.
Well, I mean, if I called you, say, up until now, because now you're known, your prices may go up. But suppose I called you, say, a couple of months ago and wanted you to do a wedding.
A wedding? I don't do weddings.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that, did you? Nothing, didn't mean to... All right, how about a birthday party? Would you do a birthday party?
That's different, yeah.
What would be the tab for, say, a birthday party?
With or without my drummer?
Without the drummer, just yourself, the piano. I'll furnish the piano.
$100?
That's reasonable. That's reasonable.
Too much?
Is this negotiable?
I played for $40.
Oh, for 40,
Sure.
okay. Well, let's make it 50. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. Maybe you can do something. With or without the drummer. Okay, we're back. Well, Nick, I'll tell you what. Now, you write some of your own music, too, right?
Yes, I do.
You record?
On my own record company.
You have your own record company?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What's the label, in case I want to go out and...
Fan, it's my initials spelled backwards.
Good, clever. How many records have you sold?
The last one?
Yeah.
About 140. You need something?
So, not exactly a bullet on the chart. You want to do something for us?
Why not?
Okay. You want to go over there?
Woman, I hate to see her cry, but when I start to manja, I get that evil eye. My woolie's getting stronger. How the hell with my gumba? Then I get it from my woman. Hey, the boss on a scatter. Agita my gumba in the barn zone. When I eat, he gets the street like a gonzo. He enjoys every meal, every bite that I steal. Agita my gumba in the barn zone. Tasty veal and peppers with the linguine on the side. I know it gets confusing, you just cannot decide. But if you cross your gumba, there is not a place to hide. So think about the lavanza with that little man inside. Agita my gumba in the barn zone. What I eat, he gets his treat like a gonzo. He enjoys every meal, every bite that I steal. Agita my gumba in the barn zone. Agita my gumba in the barn zone. Agita!
Hey, Nick Apollo Forte, the singer of songs. Hey. That's Italian.
That's Italian.
You seem to enjoy what you're doing.
I enjoyed eating, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think you ought to go up to 100, 125 now with with your feet. Well, what's happened since the Woody Allen movie?
I've been getting a lot of calls. I'm down here today in L.A. here
talking with all the big people.
Yeah.
Different movies and different things. Very, very interesting
You're talking
things.
about big people, producers and...
Yes. Producers, directors, writers, presidents.
Oh, what are you going to do now? You said you've been president
Yeah.
of networks, and you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, huh? But do you have an agent yet now, or did you really hire
I got one yesterday. I already told you that.
Yeah. I don't hear everything that's said, Nick. Now, what do you got to give your agent, 10%?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's 10% right off the top, huh?
Some agents years ago, they'd want 20 and 25, and they'd take the check and forget it.
Yeah. So you got to pay him 10. Now, how about a personal manager? Have you thought of that?
No.
Just an agent. So if he
Yeah.
gets you a movie deal, what would you charge now to making your next motion picture? You got a price you'd have to go in and... or does your agent?
I guess the agents, they got to talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
Because today I bought a new pair of shoes.
Those are good investments. They increase in value.
They were just...
Like diamonds. Anyway, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stay where you are. New shoes, huh? Okay, we about have a minute to wrap up here. Nick, I want to thank you for being here tonight. Wish you good luck on your
Pleasure.
next
Thank
movie.
you.
You got another movie in the works? Yeah, well, I know you
think
can't.
so.
You can't. When you're dealing with presidents, you can't let these things out too soon. Anyway, thanks for being here. Tom, I wish you much success on Lassiter, which I guess opens tomorrow, right?
I think so, yeah.
It's really great having you here. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks.
And Diane, you open in, try to hold in there.
Sunday night.
What?
Sunday
Well, I was going
night,
to say that. February 19th, 20th, and 21st.
Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night on that other network from 8 to 11.
Thank you all. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, start the day with Connie Chung and NBC News at sunrise. Then on Today, meet the winner of the Hagler-Hearns fight and join Jane Pauley and her guest, actress Lucy Arnaz.
Xin chào các bác. Hôm nay bên em lại về một chiếc Kia Morning số tự động sản xuất 2017 bản SI, bản đủ, biển Hà Nội. Chúng ta đi một vòng quanh xe để xem tổng thể chiếc xe. Đây là một chiếc xe màu trắng rất là đẹp, nhỏ gọn. Xe này mà cho phụ nữ hoặc là đi trên mưa trên nắng, hoặc đón con đi học, hoặc là đi lại trên đường phố chật hẹp thì rất là ok rồi. Tổng thể chiếc xe cũng rất là đẹp các bạn ạ. Biển Hà Nội. Lốp là răng rất mới, tay lắm cửa đã mạ chrome. Đây, nói chung là sườn mọi chi tiết của nó còn rất là đẹp. Lốp là răng rất đẹp. Xe chủ rất là giữ gìn, xe số tự động mà, xe này gia đình đi đấy. Xe rất đẹp. Đây, lốp là răng rất đẹp nha các bạn nha. Nhìn qua là các bạn có thể thấy rồi. Đèn rất là sáng. Con này rất mới, đèn rất sáng. Mọi chi tiết rất đẹp đó, các bạn có thể thấy là. Nhưng không phải giới thiệu quá nhiều. Cốp thì nói chung là bản này cốp Morning thì nó vẫn hẹp, keo chỉ thì nguyên zin. Con này gia đình sử dụng nhưng không có một cái vấn đề gì hết cả. Các bạn có thể thấy lốp dự phòng đầy đủ. Nhìn các bạn thấy rất là sạch đẹp, cái này chứng tỏ chủ nhân giữ gìn như nào. Đây, keo chỉ thì nguyên zin rồi. Cứ thuê thợ thuyền đến check thoải mái. Đây, keo chỉ nguyên zin. Tôi sẽ cho các bạn xem phần máy. Mở lắp cabo để xem phần máy. Nhưng lắp cabo rất đẹp nhé. Keo chỉ lắp cabo còn nguyên bản. Nét từng chi tiết. Đây, máy móc này. Từ những cái đinh tán cho đến ốc vít nguyên xi luôn. Đây, các bạn có thể thấy là từ đai ốc mọi chi tiết là còn nguyên bản. Máy móc nguyên xi đấy, không có vệ sinh chứ gì đâu. Quá là chất. Đây, nội thất thì bên trong thì da ghế còn rất đẹp. Nhưng da ghế còn đẹp các bạn ạ. Xe chạy gia đình không phải chạy taxi dịch vụ gì cả, xe số tự động mà. Đây, hàng ghế trước. Nói chung là rất là ok. Xe bản đủ được trang bị gương kính chỉnh điện. Vô lăng đã được bọc, vì vậy là rất là mới. Đây, các bạn thấy không? Xe chạy rất là êm. Vô lăng còn mới. Túi khí tích hợp nha, xe này tích hợp lẫy chuyển số với lại tích hợp trên vô lăng
âm lượng, mọi chi tiết. Biểu tượng Kia, đời set, điều hòa thì lạnh rét buốt, màn hình thì nghe được đài và nghe được nguyên bản, điều hòa thì rét buốt rồi, cần số rất đẹp, xe số tự động, nhưng xe còn rất là ngon. Và bên em giá bán chiếc xe này với giá là 270 triệu, đây trần rất đẹp. Và em chỉ dùng duy nhất một số là 094 194 5152. Ai mua liên hệ với em qua số đó. Và dùng chiếc xe này còn rất đẹp. Chỉ có phụ nữ đi thì hay bị va quẹt xước sơn một chút thôi, chứ không liên quan gì phần máy móc hơn cả. Và ai mua liên hệ sớm với em. Xe mà em đã ghim đã bán rồi là hết, không còn xe nữa đâu. Và xin chào tất cả mọi người.
Bye.